Spot. Yes. Hello, hello, hello. Yes. 2024. Okay. Picture this. It's 2024 and you are tired of your job and you want to find something different to do, but you don't know what. You look online and you can scour the internet and there's so many things to do, but maybe you don't have the skills. Or maybe you see some weird things that piques your interest. Maybe I could possibly do that. Well, that's what this episode is about. It's about weird things we could do in 2024. Weird job skills that we can acquire in 2024. Now, this may not be something vocationally that you could do as a job, but it is a skill you're able to acquire. And man, I picked up some funny words for you today. Welcome to Things We Learn on a Monday Morning, a place where I get to share my learnings, my thoughts on things that I've learned throughout my experience, as well as talk to friends who have done the same. So hopefully you'll enjoy this episode and like and subscribe and add a comment, and I would love to hear from you. So let's get into the episode. Okay, so the first one is a wild one. I'm not going to lie, it is an absolute wild, worldy of a one. Yeah, it's wild. So the first skill or job that I want to present to you is twofold. There's two parts to it. And it's arguably one of the most important possessions one could ever have. It is a bed. It's quality of sleep, it is the bed. And so the first job I want to talk to you about is a professional bed tester. In other words, you get paid an amount of money to test whether a bed is good or not. So, and we're on the website Indeed. And where they unpack the purpose and the function of a bed tester. So, I mean, what is a professional bed tester? A bed tester may sleep on prototype mattresses and assess their comfort. And a bed tester's typical review sleeping products for manufacturers. So that's your job. So you review some of the products that these manufacturers create, and before it gets into the public. So they're looking at the sleeping pattern. So how does it affect your sleeping pattern? The effect on the human body. So whether you're laying on the mattress or testing a particular pillow, whether it affects your body in a particular way. And also analyzing sleep-related products to the mattress, obviously, and this information also gets sent out to different hotels and luxury resorts, or you go to those particular resorts and test it there as well. And so you are basically paid to sleep in different spaces, in different places all around the world. Wow, what a job! Oh, what a job! That's not a bad job. I wouldn't say no to such a job. What do you think? I'm just scrolling down to see in terms of what is the average salary. So this is stateside. This is according to the USA. The average national salary of a bed tester is around $58,000 per year. My goodness. Your salary as a bed tester can depend on obviously several factors. They say some states may pay more or more demand on the product testers in order for what they want to be doing. And so there could be the result in affecting your pay, obviously, with the more effort you put in. So, yeah, a bed tester. I don't know. It's not a bad idea. I don't know if this exists in South Africa, but I would imagine it would be good because our climate is different and our beds are slightly different. So I would imagine this would be a good opportunity to get involved, to have such a thing as a bed tester. And then the second thing, and this is something which was actually found, which I found online on YouTube, and it's been reviewed by other content creators, and so it's something which actually exists. And this is a competition in Japan where it's bed making. So in other words, they do this particular test in which they put different people up against each other in order to see who can make the bed the fastest in a particular way. So there's obviously categories and there's judging areas, obviously not cleanliness, but perfection, neatness, angles, all stuff is done properly. And so they appear in a hall, and then they end up doing this amazing job. And here's a bit of a snippet for you. I'll play it in the background for you to have a look at. yeah, as you can see, he is, the skill set. Perfectly pulling the sheet over and then placing it down, and begins to fold it in. Wow, yeah. almost military style, army style approach where corners are tucked in neatly. It almost looks like a cake with icing on it, and then the judge is obviously looking at it. Wow, it's wild. Then I'll fast forward a little bit through it, and then obviously the sheet. Oh wow. Oh, this is the, okay. I think this is the duvet. The duvet cover. Putting the, oh, it's a, yeah, duvet cover. Oh snap. Makes sense. Yes, I would also do that. So for those that are listening and watching on YouTube, or not watching this particular podcast, if I can describe it to you, the contestant is now putting the duvet inner into the duvet cover in a particular way that is slick, smart, and is then placing his feet underneath the bed in order to create a kind of a leverage, or kind of create some stability, because he's about to chuck the pillow, the bedding onto the bed in a perfect manner, and he's done it absolutely smoothly. And I'll fast forward through and it, yeah, folded up nicely, pillows on, and yeah, so bed making competition. So that does exist. My goodness, it is absolutely a fantastic, wild thing to do. But yeah, so the first thing is to do with your bed, and that is a professional bed tester and professional bed making competition. So there actually is a competition to do. And the next one is a pro hugger. Yes, a pro hugger. This is someone who is paid to hug people. Now that may sound completely mundane, or not crude, but just on a surface level, why a pro hugger? That's just wild. But on further digging, understanding that hugs are absolutely beautiful and important, and serves as a good, not tool, I won't put it that way, but a good way in order for you to extend empathy, but also help people navigate their emotions. And I found this amazing site in South Africa. They're called Pro Cuddlers SA. So yeah, it's a professional cuddler, not a professional hugger. My mistake. So Pro Cuddler SA. So yes, this is an actual entity, and it's the professional. So providing professional cuddling services. So helping with people who suffer from loneliness, who struggle with loneliness, and needing some warm embrace. So yes, and so I'll read it to you. We provide professional cuddling services with a 24/7. That's available for 24/7. Our cuddle mates will meet you at a suitable location, be it at your home or a hotel. Our services are not free because one of the major problems in South Africa is unemployment. So they're mentioning that this is an opportunity to provide gainful employment for people needing work, but also the aim is to alleviate stress and anxiety through these services. So, and here they give the reasons why cuddling is important. So the studies have shown that cuddling may have the following benefits: stress and anxiety relief, lowers blood pressure, releases feel-good hormones in the body, and many, many more. Yes, wow. So what you need to know is our services are completely platonic. This means no funny business. And obviously they ensure the safety of their cuddle mates. That's what they call it. It's very important. So on both parties involved, they actually, so it's quite important to them, and they do maintain a level of security and safety as a high priority. So yeah, and so the core services is cuddling, hugging, and hearty conversation. So there's conversations involved as well, and this is for all genders, all sexuality types, and yeah. So you're probably wondering what is the cost involved, because that's my brain is also going there like, how much would a hug cost, or how much would a cuddle cost? And yeah, this is what it costs. So for a 90-minute session, which is at 1,200 Rand, this is the minimum number of minutes and hours allowed. And then you get 2 hours for extra 200 rand. It's 2 hours. And then for 3 hours extra, another 200 rand. So they're just adding 200 rand on. And then you get a pro cuddling special, which includes a free meal. I wonder what's on the meal. That's 6 hours, 2.5, almost 2.5. And that I'm quite interested to see what the meal is about. But and then they tend to do stuff like we on a roll, Netflix and chill. Okay, I thought there's no funny business. And feeling renewed. So I think this is how they titled it, and I think it's probably just watching a movie with someone and chilling with them, I guess. But yes, this is quite an interesting endeavor. I don't know if maybe one of you who's watching this has encountered this particular organization or this particular practice. Do let me know. Comment in the section below, the comment section below, or email me at jason@greyfluentsite.com. would be great. But yeah, that is a pro cuddler. And then thirdly, I would like to present another job, which is quite interesting, which is an online dating platform ghostwriter. Yes. So this person writes your profile for you. So they set up your entire profile, and they most likely would have had conversations and meetings with you, but to structure your online dating profile in such a way that it puts the best version of you forward. If you cannot say the words, they will say the words for you, or type the words for you. And most likely, curated in such a beautiful way. So there's two articles I've read about it, because this is an actual job, and there's two sides of the coin. The one article I read in LinkedIn, which I'll bring it up now, which they kind of advocate against it, against taking on such an endeavor, like having someone ghostwrite your profile for you or set it up for you, based on the fact that it removes the authenticity of it. And this is from, in fact, I'll just read like snippets of it, and this is from Amy Schoon. She says, in the hundreds of profiles I've seen and worked over the years, I can always tell when a profile is written by someone else. So no matter how the profile is tweeted in such a way, the person on the other end looking at it can always have a sense of that this is not authentic, this is not authentically you. And most likely it would come out when you do eventually meet up or have a conversation. They'll be like, hold on, this doesn't seem like it's connected to the profile that I just read, because inevitably people read tone, intention, personality into what they're reading, and then they make a picture, or make up their mind in a picture in their mind of who they're talking to, what that person would sound like. And then if it's vastly different, it does break the level of trust, and it looks quite odd. And so therefore you're going into this engagement and conversation already on the back foot. So in essence, that's what this article is mentioning, is that it has the potential to work against you. And and also, like, it's going to come out in the end, they're going to ask, oh, that profile's nice, and then they realize, but you didn't write it, which just it's not a good way to start off any sort of relationship or any sort of connection on a lie. And the other article just kind of unpacks it. It's in I've Tried That.com, a really cool website, you can check it out. So there's an article which unpacks just a little bit more of the nuts and bolts of ghostwriting, and it is a freelance job, and obviously you need to have a particular set of skills, good grasp of English or the particular language in which you are writing it in for the particular nation or people group that you're writing for, but also understanding tone and intentionality. How much does a ghostwriter in essence make? And so they're saying, depending on the level of your experience and expertise, you can start charging between $80 to $100 per profile. Some veteran dating writers can make up to $200 to $300 so per profile. So that's crazy. And if you get a job chatting and messaging with your clients, because by the way, that's the further extension of this particular skill set, is that you can start making $13 to $17 per hour, which can go up to $30 or even $50 an hour or more for more experienced ghostwriters. Wow. So I don't know if that's something you would be interested in doing, or having someone represent you grammatically on this particular profile to other people. Because I would understand that eventually when you do meet up with a person, there would be a discrepancy in what is being presented. So, but I understand that if people don't have the, I can understand if people don't have the grasp of the language that they want, or that I can understand if people do not have the particular vocab to unpack or present themselves in the way in which they want to be presented to the people that they want to present themselves to. If that makes sense, then having someone help curate something for you is great. However, I would imagine that you want the person to like and connect with you on the authentic you, not on the persona you, or the curated, well curated, beautifully packaged you. So, but yes, this job does exist, and I imagine we have the South African equivalent here. I guess you just have to set up a profile, being able to ghostwrite for people on these sort of admin websites or job websites. I'm sure you're able to create that, and then people can buy packages from you, and then you're able to charge what you need to charge. But I think it's a brilliant concept. I think it's a viable option because we're online beings. We continuously operate online, so this is a great way to engage with that. And so finally, the final job of 2024 that I want to present to you is arguably, I would believe, the weirdest, in my opinion, out of the lot that I've presented for you. And it's the professional bridesmaid. Yes, you heard me. Yes. So this particular it's in the States, so just it's in the US, and I imagine it's over here as well. I can imagine. And you get paid handsomely to appear in the pictures, to be present on the day for people who I guess necessarily could not, under certain circumstances, have brides or bridesmaids or bridegroom. But yes, you are paid that. So so and there's this article in Vox. So this particular article writer says the bridesmaid-for-hire concept was originated as a Craigslist ad. So it's posted on Craigslist, and if you don't know what Craigslist is, it is it's our equivalent of, it's more than a job posting website, it's an all-in-sundry website in which you're able to post ads for either services you want to offer or things you want to sell. It's like bid or buy type of thing. That's our version of it, but it is cool. And this started as an ad and then developed into a particular industry because I guess people were searching. And I guess for those that are on the last minute, maybe your family member couldn't make it and you want to fill the pictures, then you hire this type of people, and they're obviously happy to be in the pictures and pose with you. And yes, and so yes. And I'm scrolling down, and so to look at what exactly the costing is of it. And so, by the way, this particular article writer is interviewing someone who is a bridesmaid for hire, and they're asking a couple of questions. And one of the questions is: so when a client brings you on, what's the conversations you have with them to figure out what are they looking for? So is every wedding unique that way, or are you generally able to follow some sort of formula? And then the person says that because it's such a unique position, a lot of it is figuring it out if my client's needs fit the business. So we're not a modeling agency where we just send out humans. Some people contact us and say we need 2 bridesmaids that look like this. And we say, this is not what we are. So what we are is a service for women who need the support on their biggest day of their life and beforehand. So a lot of it is interviewing the person, seeing what their needs are, and a lot of it is making sure that our personalities jive, as she puts it. If they're hiring me to be a friend for a year before the wedding, we need to make sure that the relationship exists. What? Wait. Okay. Let's continue. If they are looking for someone more like a wedding planner, I'll refer them to that job. Because that's not what we do. I'm going to be able to pick your flowers out and taste your cake with you, but there are plenty of people who will. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to pick your flowers out or taste cake with you, but there are plenty of people who will. And so there's an amazing article, and I've just picked up some of the stuff, and I'll just continue more, but I encourage you to go read this article. Sorry. How long is the terms of engagement when you take on a client, from getting hired to going to the wedding, finishing up your assignment? Brides sometimes hire me anywhere between 3 months to a year for a wedding. I've been hired for 2 weeks before a wedding. It really depends. So my understanding, and if you go and read this article further, I think it's understanding what is a bridesmaid, and it's not just you there standing in pictures. You're not a modeling agency, but this particular person is offering so much more. It's to be fully immersed in the process of your marriage, of your wedding, and the process leading up to it. So being that sort of support, being that tasting the cake that you're choosing out, or maybe helping you with your wedding dress, picking out your wedding dress. But it's that sort of a level of engagement to the smallest of, I guess, just appearing and being present on the day when you are there. And this particular service is for the bridesmaid, so it's specifically for the bride. But I would imagine there would be a male equivalent to this. But wow. And this other article in Mamma Mia, sorry, a $9,000 fee and 4 weddings in 2 days, and this the life of a professional bridesmaid. So this is what this particular person got. Yeah, I'll ask them, how much does the service cost? Our full wedding service package including if you want a bridesmaid on the day, and how much is involved, can be up to $9,000. That's all inclusive. It depends on if they're booking me 12 months out or 6 months out, and how much help is actually needed. If they just literally need me to turn up in a dress on the day itself and do nothing beforehand, it would be $2,000. Oh my goodness. Plus the cost of me being there, so travel and dresses. Yeah. So I imagine, this I think it's innovative. I think it's great. I think it's powerful for people who need assistance and need someone to be present, who could not get the right people or any people present on your special day. So getting someone involved is great, and getting them particularly involved prior to the wedding it can actually build a relationship, and I imagine it can be trusted and safe, because these people need to be a reputable institution, organization, or business that does it. And I think you'll only know that by the referrals, I imagine. It doesn't seem like it's a regulated industry, which obviously rates can vary between different businesses. But wow. I think it's something special to be present on someone's special day and being involved in that way with someone who's getting married, and you get to share many happy moments with people. But I guess the downside I would have is like because this day is so special, having someone that you don't know, even if you knew them for a year but you're paying them to be part of it. I think there could be not a moral dilemma, but an internal conflict I would imagine, and I would have paying someone to be present in my special moments, and then wow. But hey, it's an opportunity to earn an income. It's an opportunity to spread joy and happiness in people's lives, and I think it's brilliant. I can guarantee you there are many more weird jobs and skill sets that you could acquire in 2024, which I haven't covered, which probably makes sense for a part 2 of this episode. But I like to keep the podcast episode short, sharp, gets to the point, and pick out some of the learnings that I've discovered. and so here we go. My learnings of what the few jobs that I just spoke about now is that, one, anything is possible in the day and age we live in. We have the unique, remarkable opportunity to be innovative, to find spaces where we're able to generate not only an income, but to make positive change and make a positive impact in the lives and the world around us. So I believe that these jobs, particularly 2 of them, the professional cuddler, the pro cuddler, and the bridesmaid one, the pro bridesmaid-for-hire, I think is in itself. I think it brings goodness to a space, but also providing an income for people. And as the person providing the service, you get to share in the joys of people and spread joy. And then obviously your bank balance grows from there. But I think as we continue to grow and AI and technology grows, we as human beings and the human condition, we need to evolve to continually find ways to, not when I use the word exploit in a positive way, but to exploit the system, to mine it for what it is possible to do to generate resources and wealth, not only for future generations, but also unearthing skill set that is possible to do today. And these giants have done it for you today. Thank you for listening to Things We Learn on a Monday Morning. I hope you enjoyed it. I thoroughly hope you did. If you do, leave a comment in the comment box below on whichever platform you are listening to or watching it on YouTube. If you like what you see, like I said, leave a comment or email me at jason@creativeinsight.com. And until next time, Jetson.